Morning, you self-storage dweebs. I'm a dweeb as well. I love self-storage. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we are comparing McDonald's to self-storage. Whoa. I haven't gone crazy, but I think this illustrates the point that it is not too late, to open a self-storage facility in the UK. I get this question all the time. And all the time, my answer is no, it's not too late. No, it's not too late. No. There's no doubt about it. 10 years ago was better than now to open a self-storage, but now is better than 5 years' time. So if you're thinking about it, do it. If you're thinking about expanding, expand, because we have an unbelievable opportunity in self-storage. I keep shouting about it from the rooftops because it is only going to get more competitive without a question, without a doubt. It's going to get more competitive self-storage in the UK, obviously. So now is the time. And this illustrates it perfectly. Now, I didn't get this data from anybody. I didn't get this data myself. I read it on LinkedIn in September. And by the way, I did a newsletter about it, MrSelfStorage.com. If you haven't subscribed, I can absolutely categorically tell you it is the best in the world's best self-storage daily newsletter, without a doubt. I can absolutely guarantee, I can promise you, because, well, it's also the world's worst daily self-storage newsletter, because we're the only one. So head on over there, put your email address in, and I send you an email every single day about my figures, because basically I'm documenting my journey from now to £100 million exit. That's my goal. That's what I want to get to. And whether I exit or not, who knows? But that's my end in mind. I want a valuation of 100 million. I might pass it down to my kids. I don't know. But I'm going to document my journey on there and tell you exactly what I'm doing, my figures, etc. So yeah, share everything with you guys. This, by the way, this comes from a LinkedIn post from a guy called Stefan. Now, Stefan, I know you listen to the podcast. I am not going to try and pronounce your surname. Oh, I nearly did it because I will just offend people. I am terrible at pronunciations and stuff. So Stefan, he's a managing director of Sedi Store, and he put a post out in September, which I thought was wonderful. And it illustrates the point that comparing McDonald's to self-storage here in Europe and in America. And the comparison is incredible. So let's get on with it. In Europe, there is 7,300 McDonald's restaurants at the minute. Incredible. At the minute, there is 5,400 self-storage facilities. That means for every McDonald's, there is 0.7 self-storage facilities. I can't quite believe that. That is huge growth. For every McDonald's, there is 0.7 self-storage facilities. That is bananas. So if there's a McDonald's in an area and there is no self-storage facility, open. Anyway, so let's compare that to the US. There is 13,400 McDonald's in America. 13,400 McDonald's in America. I'm rounding these figures up, by the way. And in America, there is self-storages. There's 51,200 self-storage facilities. That is nuts. So for every McDonald's in America, there is 3.8 self-storage facilities. Wow. And yes, I know McDonald's. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they said, yeah, you can't really compare England to America. I get it. I know we can't really say, do you know what? It's £9 per square foot in America. So therefore we've got, 10 times growth in the UK. I know we are a different society, obviously, but it just gives you some indication. It's not absolutely 100% true. It's back of a napkin stuff, and that's the way I love it. But it just illustrates and highlights the potential growth still in Europe. So in Europe, I'll highlight it again. For every McDonald's, there is 0.7 self-storage facilities in Europe. In America, for every McDonald's, there is 3.8 self-storage facilities for every McDonald's. Bananas, but it's so interesting. I found it fascinating. Let's see if I've got some notes. The supply is growing, yes, but so is the demand, and it's growing more than the supply. 100% true. The supply at the minute is growing, but the demand is growing bigger, faster. So that means that we still got a massive amount of growth in the UK. This picture articulates the potential growth so well. Obviously, comparing McDonald's to self-storage facilities isn't an exact science. I'm reading this, by the way, or the only metric to look at, but it certainly highlights the opportunity in Europe in our industry. Yeah, it's not absolutely the exact science, but it just highlights it for us. It just indicates that another way of indications that we have plenty of growth to do. I think Stefan put here almost 4 times more self-storage facilities than McDonald's branches in the US. Amazing. Yeah, 3.8. So yeah, incredible. So I just wanted to highlight that for people because at the minute, I do think there's a lot of people that are worried and scared of all the expansion and all the competition. I've had, like I say, 3 competitors open up next to me, 2 in one location and 1 in another in the last 3 weeks. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. And so all we've got to focus on is being better. How can we improve? Keep asking yourself, what can you do to improve? I promise you, if you keep asking that question, you might not improve straight away. But if you keep asking that question and keep searching for the answers, then you will find ways to improve. Don't focus on your competition. Focus on yourself. Focus on your team. Focus internally. So yeah, and I maintain that if you've got a good position, a good location, it doesn't really, to a certain extent, it doesn't matter about the competition. And yeah, so it's all for me, location. I turned down a self-storage facility 2 times multiple, or 2 point something times multiple, because it wanted a good location. No, actually, it was 2.1 or 2.2. And it was turning over around about £200,000, somewhere around there, and had a great profit, but I knew that it'd be outpositioned. And so there was no longevity there. There was no sell on for me. And so because of that, I says, I'm sorry, it's not what we're looking for. Because for me, I really do believe location has to be the key. Anyway, I've spoken about that millions of times. Yeah, it's something that, and for those people who haven't got a good location, you'll be all right. I've got no doubt that you're going to be all right for many, 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 many years. But I'm just thinking about my exit in 10, 15, 20 years. In 10, 15, 20 years, location is going to be super important for when I want to get out of a game, if I do want to get out. And so for me, I've got to build with the end in mind. And so, and by the way, Wrexham isn't a great location. It's not a bad location, but it's certainly not an amazing location. It's on the main road in the industrial estate, but it's not an amazing location. It's okay. So yeah, basically, guys and girls, how long has this been? Oh, 8 minutes. 8 minutes of me gabbling on about McDonald's and self-storage. Yeah, so it just highlights the potential growth for self-storage. And I'm still a massive, massive advocate for self-storage. I mean, the new site in Mansfield, it just shows that when you do your homework correct, and I have had 2 experts, self-storage experts, come down and give the green light on this facility. The supply, it was undersupplied. We've come in, great location, outpositioned everybody. And yeah, we did 2 reservations yesterday. So yeah, it's a great, I think we're moving in over 3,000 square foot in the first week, which I never, ever thought. When Ben told me that in Attic, he moved in 6,000 square foot in the first week, I was like, how the fucking hell do you do that? What? That's mental. And that's in London. And we've done it in Mansfield. So yeah, I'm really, 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 really happy. So find the right location, find supply and demand, make sure that you're an educated self-storage operator and you come into a location where it's undersupplied, good location, and you will win, my friends. You can't. I find it incredibly difficult to find a self-storage facility that won't make money in them when the circumstances are right. I mean, I've seen some really terribly mismanaged self-storage facilities and they're still making money. So if you manage it correctly, then it's a goose. This is the industry, the goose that lays the golden egg. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. Don't forget to sign up to my newsletter, mrselfstorage.com. That's it is actually mrselfstorage.com, but as I've been pointing out to many people point out, it's also the spelling of Mrs. Elf Storage. So yeah, great. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.